Working the right bend and using all your space, and jump the vertical with the boxes under it. And then bend the line back to the little box. Okay, so you need to land off that decent sized jump and repackage the canter so you can ride to a skinny with no wings on it. Okay? So I'm not giving you a number there, but make sure you're landing and counting, right? Reset your canter, count the beat you want. Create the canter you want. We're just doing this line, and then he's going to do a bending line from that box there. Go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that shouldn't be a surprise. Just walk. We're going to start again. Yeah. So she jumped it sideways and landed kind of slow and crooked, right? So then you need to work hard at the beginning of your line so that you don't have to work so hard at the end. Feel. Beautiful. Beautiful. Keep your shoulder waiting though, right? Wait for the jump. Good, Leo. So this 7 was excellent. You were much straighter jumping in, and you were on top of things early in that line. And then when you come around the corner there, you need to make sure you're counting, you're looking at your fence, and you're measuring how far away it is. Because she just needs some information from you about whether to wait or whether to jump. Understood? Okay, so you just need to be a little more definite about what you're asking for there. And in order to be definite, you have to know, right? So it's something you're going to learn by doing, but the process is looking, counting, and as you're looking, you're measuring where you are. Okay, so let's do all of that again. Actually, Leo, sorry, just walk a sec. Let's put your stirrups up a hole as well. I think it's going to help you stay with her when she gives you those awkward jumps. Oh, I like that way better. Okay. So the feeling coming through the turn is going to be of having her bent around your right leg and having her energy coming forward into both reins as you're counting her steps. Good. Beautiful. Now ride that definite here. Lead change first, bend next. Whoops. Half halt. So Leo, it was set up to be a much better jump here. I could see you counting, you looked definite about your plan, and now she's wise to where we're going. In the last ride, she deked way left, huh? So that kind of threw you off a bit, understandably. So again, that feeling of having her into two hands, that if you feel any shift happening, you're trying to fix it right away. Right? So what she needed in the air, and it's hard to do in the last second like that, but she needed you to shift your hands right, open that right rein, and hook her a little bit with your left leg and spur. So what we're gonna do, because she just assumes she knows where she's going now, is we're gonna jump this one and turn right inside the yellow. Okay, so same approach, same good count, same definite ride, and turn right in the air. And then come do it as you're bending line to the left. Energy into two hands. What? Okay, don't get mad at her. This is not her fault. You need to ride more accurately. Okay, so this is where she was. So she's pointed at the jump like this, right? So then all of a sudden making that turn is really difficult. She needs to be here, right? You just turned too early, hold out your turn. She needs to be here. If anything, you could even be here. That's gonna help you instead of hurt you, right? If she's over here, she gives you a long jump, well now she's gonna miss her turn. Okay, that's important to think about when you think about riding your jump off too. The approach, the angle at which you take your fence might be the difference between making the inside turn or not making it. Wait to turn, hold out, be firm with your leg because she's pooping, better track. 3, 2, 1, look right. Good. Good, now you're gonna jump it and bend the line to the skinny. Three, two, one. Good job, Leo. Good, much better. So in a perfect world, she just needed to be half halted back a tiny bit more to give herself room over the skinny. Okay, but it was both times coming to the wall, it was a much more accurate ride. Good, let's do the same thing again. You're gonna do the wall turning right, and then the wall bending to this. I'm gonna add a jump here so it's a little more serious for her to think about. And again, you wanna just have gotten her canter back together enough that you've got a little bit of room so that she's got room for the takeoff, right? And she's not right on top of the yellow piece. Yep, you were right to wait. Jump it again, turning right. We're gonna jump it again, turning right with a more consistent body. Yes, Leo, so there's the definite ride. Good for you. Now you're bending line, landing and bringing her back. Now wait, 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 wait. Yes, Leo, I loved it. Good ride. And you've created a little more power in front of your vertical now to make sure she's with you, but then you were good about landing and getting it back enough that she was balanced for the next part and straight for the next part. Good. Okay, I think we might reward you today by doing a little bit of a grid as well. I say reward because we can have a lot of fun with the grid. So why don't you keep her walking for a sec? I'm just going to change direction with this. Tell me, what about jumping it this way is not as kind? What about the jumps makes it not as kind jumping it this way? Yeah, so there's the fact that the bounce is in the middle instead of at the front. Yep, absolutely. And what about the jumps themselves? You might not think of it because she's already jumped these types of jumps today. But what if we were at a horse show and you had plain jump, box jump, box jump?
No idea.
Okay, that's fine. So what I'm getting at here is that if you put the spooky stuff at the back of the combination, sometimes the horses are so busy like thinking about what's way down there that they forget about what's right in front of them, right? Or they jump okay, and then go, oh my God, there's a box, right? Because they sort of, either they get too far ahead of themselves or it kind of lulls them to sleep with the easy jumps and then they go, oh my goodness. So she's already jumped the white box and the yellow thingy, so I don't anticipate a problem, but be ready to close your leg if you feel like she's having a look. So you're gonna trot in, one stride, bounce, one stride out, finish with your right hand bending circle. So the trot in is important, and I worked with this with Emma yesterday. We just did the bounce only, but trotting in, when we think about creating energy with Blaze, sometimes she just wants to go fast and up and down, and that's not really useful. So take your time. If you need to circle, circle. We want that trot that has a push to it, like she's snowshoeing, right? Like she's got to dig in a little bit and take a good step. Okay, so that's a little bit on you. Did you feel here you went to sit like this? And maybe you were thinking about, oh, well, the box, and maybe she'll spook at it. But in a bounce, you have to keep your seat light, right? Because the horse doesn't put a stride in, so there's no time at which to sit. So even though you might be fierce with your legs, you've got to keep your eyes up and you've got to keep your hips bent. Otherwise, it's like you're asking her to put a stride in here. So she bounced it even though you were behind her, but then that kind of took away some of her momentum, which is why you ended up with 1.5 coming out. Okay, so your trot in was great, one stride good. Now hold your 2 point all the way through the rest of the grid as well. Okay. I think that position change will mean that the last one stride feels nice, but just be ready that you might need to add a little bit of leg there if it's looking far away still. Good, hold your 2-point. Very good. Lead change. And look at that, and she's starting to come on the bit for you there as you get her properly around the right bend. Good. Okay, little walk break. I'm gonna make this an oxer. I'm just gonna pull it in a fraction because it looks like she has to stretch a tiny bit here. Position last time, right? Kept your hips bent, kept your legs on here. Same ride this time. You're finding a great trot coming in. That was something that was difficult yesterday, so that's good to see. Good, Leo. I want you to come again, and this time think about actually not having contact in between your jumps. Okay? If she was getting herself too close, you might need to half vault in that last one stride, but she's not. You're having to push her a little bit. So think about keeping your hands released forward all the way through the grid. Just your shoulders are going to stretch tall in the one stride. Good, hands forward. Leg. Yes, good. Did you feel the hands just lifted up over the oxer? Okay, so we just need to practice that, keeping your weight down in your feet and down in your hands when she's jumping that. Okay, good. Give her a nice pat and come do that one more time with that same feeling, keeping the hands on the sides of her neck over the oxer. Good, way better, and she landed her lead that time. Praise, praise, praise. Good girl. Awesome, Leo. Great job with your release over the oxer. All these standards are so sketchy. Okay, so how I'm saying the jump, I'm keeping it inviting for her. I've pulled the ground line out a little bit, helping to give her an idea of where the best takeoff is. I've filled in the front of it as well to help it not look so airy and imposing. Horses actually prefer the look of something a bit more solid. Good, Leo. It's a good ride. I don't think you need to change that ride, right? That's where her technique needs to be improved upon. Oh, goodness. Oh, must have inhaled some hog fuel. Okay, again, same ride, same support, same position, keeping your hands on the sides of her neck over the oxer. Easy. Good, so praise her. She tried hard, she jumped well, and she landed her right lead again. The one little flaw in your ride was there was a little pull on the reins in the bounce. So you have to keep pushing your hands forward into her neck. Good girl. Okay, little walk break again. I don't know if my standard's gonna stay up. Ah, don't fall on me. Well, I'll have to start lobbying harder. I would think they must drive Shanae crazy too. Love to get all those aluminum ones, but they're very expensive. But they're so lightweight and easy to move around and durable. If they fall over in the wind, they're not going to break. Okay, I don't think you'll need it, but be ready to use your stick if you feel like she's losing steam in there. Remember to keep your hands pressed forward in the bounce and your legs are on every step of the way, looking up over the oxer. Leg. Okay, stop. Where are your eyes? That's right. When you stop, you don't look down at the jump. Are you okay? Did you hurt your neck? Okay. So that's nothing more than her saying the jump's too big. Okay? Like there was nothing wrong with your distance or your ride. She just goes, it's too hard. Okay? So we need to convince her that she can do this. You're going to have to give her a little extra help in here. Because she stopped and went left, put your whip in your left hand. And this time in this one stride, you're going to sit tall and tap her on the shoulder. Okay, make sure your legs are glued on so that you don't get out of position when you tap her. Or if she does decide to stop, okay?
How high is that? 3.2?
3.6. Yeah.
Yeah, she has. I think she can lose a bit of weight though.
Needs to lose the belly.
Belly.
Okay, so you help her out with that little influx of energy this time. And even, you know, in the earlier parts of the grid, have that determination level really high. Stop, stop, stop. We gotta get better at not letting her run away, right? Like she needs your left spur hiked hard into her belly when she tries to go this way, and your brakes need to go on. Running past should not even be an option. She's gonna stop, she's gonna stop. But she's not to run past. Okay, so I'll take the back rail down. So she's having a little stress about what this jump is. So we're going to take the width part of it away. And I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger just so that she gives a little more effort, has a little more stride here. Okay, which side are you going to be ready? Left. Good. Probably need a growl this time as well, huh? Okay, oh my God, Leo. How do you do this? I don't care about this part, that's fine, but then as soon as she goes to go left, you go, oh, I guess we're gonna make a nice circle then. I'm like, get your ass over here, right? Don't you dare circle again. Not okay. Come on, spank her! Good, and then praise her once the lead change is done. She was backing off through the grid. Okay. Good, so we don't want to get after her now because she did her job here. So it's like, okay, good girl. Okay, now come again, but you need to ride a little bit proactive through the grid as well. Go with. Determined. Good. Lead change and praise her. Good. Praise her up. Good. One more time like this just to keep the rail up. Then we're going to give her a good walk break, and then we'll do it one more time with a smaller oxer and finish on that. Okay? We can't go and go and go and go because it's going to start to get unfair. We need to finish on something successful. So one more time with the bigger vertical, just to have her try to be a little more careful there. Good. Nice. She's covering the ground in that one stride really well now. So when she was a little bit scared of the jump, what was happening in here is she was shrinking back, right? She was sucking back away from the jump, and then all of a sudden, in order to jump it, she would have had to take off like from here, which is too long, especially with an oxer, right? So I'm going like, oh, like, am I saying this wrong? What's going on? But no, it's because she's landing timid and kind of like this. So this landed really brave, right? And her front feet take her right to a very normal distance, and over she pops, okay? Good. So we're gonna make just a little bit small oxer to finish, because she needs to finish on something with some width. And again, she needs to cover the ground in this one stride like she just did so well there when she was feeling confident about it. Okay, so let's finish coming through the grid and then making your right hand turn back over the box jump. Good, praise her, balance. Good, Leo, and praise her for landing nicely. Good. Okay, that's a good place to stop for her today. So, grids are supposed to be confidence builder, and they're a way for the rider to start to get more comfortable jumping some bigger jumps, okay? Because you haven't been jumping that height at all with her, not for a long time, right? So we didn't go drastically bigger than we have been going. You've been jumping solid 3 foot, 3 foot 3, right? But went a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, and she just said, no, I'm not comfortable with that, okay? So we've got to obviously work at getting her there, right? Doesn't happen all at once. So we finished with something that's a bit more confidence building that she is comfortable with, and then I wanted her to finish on a jump that wasn't the grid, just so that, you know, she doesn't go away thinking, oh God, I did that 100 times, right? We did it more than I would like to, but sometimes that happens when, hey, you gotta do it for your helmet. Bad child.
Well, it was on, and I did it.
Oh, well, it's not like you're sitting on a horse or anything. Yeah. Everyone on YouTube, wear your helmets. I'm being driven crazy on Facebook. All these pictures of people riding around with no helmets and walking their horses with flip-flops and just doing all these stupid things. Very frustrating. Riders for helmets. Like them on Facebook. That's my promo for the day. Okay, Leo, so there are some really good things to take from today, and we just have to keep working on that confident, determined ride that's going to give her confidence, and working on your eye control, right? And so that your support is always clear and she always feels like you're ready to get to the other side. And then with the whole running past the jump thing, and I know I was like, ah, crazy dragon lady there for a second, it needs to stop, okay? So you need to get it in yourself of that is absolutely not going to happen, right? It's not acceptable. So that when she tries to drive by, the brakes come on and the blocking aids come on to get her back where you had her, okay? It's like the jump, this is the challenge, this is the problem in front of you. You got to deal with it. You can't just avoid.